It's showtime.
Here we go. And action!
Ultimately, this movie is about Jason coming up against Wolf. Wolf is Jason's cautionary tale. The movie is very much about Jason going up against his worst version of himself.
Jason's, I guess you can say very normal. Not normal. I don't really lie too much.
I would say that when we first meet Jason at the beginning of the movie, he lies. I wouldn't say he's a liar, but he lies to get what he wants. He exaggerates, he twists truths. He's willing to do what it takes to get what he wants.
In the movie, Jason writes an essay for school, and Marty Wolf finds the essay and turns it into a movie.
And there's this trailer coming on. Oh, big fat liar. And I'm like, that's my story. I think I wrote that. He said to his dad that he had done it, and so he wants to get his dad's trust back. So that's really what it's doing, because he's a liar.
On some level, he's always trying to get something out of somebody. The challenge then becomes how to have a character who is all those things and also likable. And that's what Frankie has brought to the movie. No matter how manipulative he is at his core, both Jason and Frankie have this kind of really sympathetic, likable quality.
He knows what he's doing. He knows what he wants. Somebody at that age who's able to bring the goods when the goods are needed, it's amazing.
You know, he's totally at ease. That's what's so enviable about him. That kid is smooth as silk, cool as ice. He's good.
We're incredibly lucky in this movie in that we have two of the most popular stars for kids of all ages. These kids are the embodiment of kids' dreams. Frankie and Amanda get to live out a lot of kids' dreams in really exacting and appropriate revenge on a kind of nasty character.
I get in a whole bunch of tangles with a bunch of different people. I'm just constantly fighting with people and chewing people out and going after people. But it's kind of fun for the guy. I mean, I think the guy gets off on having fights with people and screaming at people. He's had a string of failures, so he's at risk of being knocked off his pedestal and losing all his power, so he's just freaking out.
Paul Giamatti, he's the coolest guy. I mean, seriously, he's so hilarious. When we were doing rehearsals, he was just so funny that it's so hard to get through the scene.
First time I saw Paul was on stage when I was going to school. I just think he's fantastic. So before I even read it, I knew that Paul was already in it.
Even when I was reading the script, I didn't imagine the character like that at all. But now that I've seen Paul play Marty like that, it couldn't be any other way.
He just brings so much to the table. It feels like he brings something new every time he acts.
I didn't mention the indignities when I offered him the role. What I promised Paul straight up from the get-go was that we weren't going to just make some lame, soft, patronizing kid movie. We're going to make a movie the kids will love.
If he would have just in the very beginning said, okay, you know what, I'm going to call your dad and say that you wrote it, then we wouldn't have had to do all these things. But, you know, he egged us on.
The thing about Amanda in this movie is that whatever there is on the page, she adds to it tenfold. Her character is so much more fleshed out than what's in the words, and that's really been a testament to her personality and her instincts. Being a great actor takes huge guts. The thing about Amanda is when you have her in your movie, not using that improv skill, not using that versatility, it's like having this huge resource and not tapping into it.
And we were friends before we started filming, so it was easy to be friends, of course, on camera. We didn't even really think of it. You know, we were just close like that.
I think it's really vital that you know the person or, you know, or even friends with them instead of just meeting them the first day and it's like, okay, we have to be best friends.
She brought so much to the adventure and she helps me out in so many ways in the movie. She has so many voices that she does and everything. It was just hilarious.
The part that I liked the most was when we stayed at the prop warehouse and in the wardrobe warehouse. We find a set and it's, you know, we go in there and that's where we stay. It's like a set of like a TV show or something and there's food and there's beds and it's our little hideout.
These kids are they're plunked down in this situation. They're living alone, unsupervised, on a movie studio backlot. What would that be like? I mean, that would be cool for you or I, but imagine if it were also, you know, no parents, no rules, no limits. And so what we wanted is this movie as a ride idea. It was as fun as it looks. We actually called ourselves Lot Pirates because we would just steal shots from everyone else's movie. We were like the little scrappy kid who's like, I'm going to steal that. I'm going to steal that. So it was really fun.
Well, Sean is very cool because when he wants me to do something different, he says it and I understand. There's a lot of times where a director will tell me something and you still are unsure what he really wants and means by that.
I went to college with Sean. We did some plays together, so it's nice. I mean, he's a guy that's really good at what he does.
Ready and action!
Sean is just very upbeat. He's so easy to be around. You can tell by Sean's face when it's right and it's time to move on. And he moves so fast, and I love that.
I actually had to ask him, I was like, how many movies have you done? He was like, this is my first one.